Hi, today I want to go over a few things. Mostly what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to cover the Android phone and the Torque Pro app. But I know as soon as I start doing different things, people have more questions. So I just want to clear up a few things first, and I'll also do different individual videos. I know for years I've been pushing or telling people if you get the scan gauge that it works, that you can do a lot of things. And that's true. This is easily available. You go to AutoZone, you get them, you do the programming of it. It also comes with a thing inside there. Pretty much within hours, if you have an AutoZone that has one in stock, you can be monitoring your car. But then again, this is probably 160 bucks, 180 to get it from Bulletproof Diesel. So a lot of people have been asking about, well, what about just doing the phone apps? So there's a couple here I want to just briefly talk about. I don't know of anyone that's better for the iPhone versus would be the Dash Boss. By far, the Dash Boss and its capabilities it's unmatched by anything. Doesn't matter if it's Torque Pro or any other one out there, because with the Dash Boss, you can put this fuel pressure. You can screw this into your housing there. You can monitor your fuel pressure, your real fuel pressure with the vehicle. You can also, with the Dash Boss, you can monitor. You get the kit with it. You can monitor your exhaust temps. There's not an phone app out there, or scan gauge or any other one, or the best Ford IDS will not monitor the real fuel pressure, or will it monitor your exhaust gas temperatures. So Dash Boss has them all beat by far with that. This is made for the iPhone, which I'll cover in a separate video on a truck showing the different stuff. So going on as far as with the Android one, I'm going to use a Samsung Galaxy S5. It doesn't have anything on it yet. It's a new phone, so I'm going to download the app, show and cover all that, and I'm also going to download show different interfaces here, what to use. I've tried a bunch of different ones. I've tried this Elm 327. I have real bad luck with it. Tried this one, bad luck with it. Got a few different brands of these minis. Actually have real good luck with this one. I've tried as far as getting the iCar one. These are mostly made with the iPhone apps, and they work good with them. But so we do those. In the OBD too for the iPhone. We try those. Best one I find, cheapest one. You get these pretty cheap here, depending on where you get them. I'll sell them on eBay here, or other guys will have them. You can get them also a bunch of different places online. The only problem with these is it takes a little bit of time, but you can have your phone up as a way to monitor and diagnose cars, pull codes within under 30 bucks with these. So let's go ahead and start on the Samsung and download the app. Okay, first thing we're going to do here, and basically almost all Android phones are very similar, so we don't need to cover them. I'm just going to go here. We're going to go into the Google Play Store, download Torque Pro. So wherever you have your Play Store at, I'm not sure where you have it on your screen, but we'll go in here, locate, look for the Torque Pro. We'll just punch it in here. Pretty much it should start filling it up. So we got Torque Pro app for Android. So we'll go there, get the $4.95 one. So we'll get it, purchase it. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter this and let it download. Okay, now that we have this set up, what we want to do is we want to go into settings. We're going to locate and find the make sure that we get the old OBD2 adapter, because that's what we want to do. We want to communicate with the vehicle, so I'm going to do that. We want to make sure that we have our Bluetooth turned on, make sure everything's good, so our Bluetooth is good. Depending on what type of OBD2 adapter you got, you either have a Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth. Almost always here we're going to use a Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and put it on the vehicle. We've got it turned on, so we should be able to find it. So I'm going to plug it into the vehicle and try to locate it here with the app. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and plug this one in here, the Bluetooth Mini. I'm going to turn the key on and hopefully find it. Okay, what I did there, here from this page, I'm just going to the connection type, Bluetooth, so we have it. So that's all right, that's what we have. So we should be pretty good there. So now we have the Bluetooth piece plugged in underneath the dash. We have Bluetooth enabled on the phone. if we go here and we look at what I'm doing, I'm just scrolling through. I click on adapter status, and I see here that it's not connected. So I don't have any connection. So I'm going to go back to my home screen, go to settings on the phone. Remember, I'm going into the phone. So here I'm going to go settings on the phone. I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and I'm going to scan for devices. Now this one right here, they may say different things, but if you notice something new inside there, that's what happens. So this is the Bluetooth adapter. Now almost always things will default to either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0, 0, 0, 0, just like what it says. So we're going to do just what it says. Try 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. That one didn't work, so we'll try it again. We're going to try 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell it okay. Okay, now that I have it paired with the OBD2, the device, I also might have a conflict because these are my headphones that I'm always wearing, and it's have it. So what I want to do, because I don't want any conflict, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to tell it to unpair Sport BT, unpair. So now I no longer have that. It's only paired with the OBD2 device. So now it says that it's prepared, it's communicating. Home screen. Let's go back to the Torque Pro. Now let's look at adapter status, and we can see that it has connection to the adapter. So now we've achieved that. Now we have it connected to it. Now we want to make sure that we have connection to the ECU. So that's the engine control unit. Ford calls them PCMs, but let's go ahead and see if we can get connection there with it. Give it a few seconds. Now we have it connected to the vehicle. You saw it just lit up there. So now we have a connection to the adapter verified. We have a connection to the ECU verified. So just backspace here. We're back here. So let's go ahead and try a couple different things. Let's look at fault codes. Verify that we have it connected to it. Also up here we can see that we have the satellite, we have connection to the adapter, we have connection to the vehicle. So that's all good that we have it all verified up there. So now we want to tap there, just what it says. A couple things here while I was doing this I want to go over. Remember, these, whether it's a scan gauge here or anything else, they pull generic codes. When you got to get manufacturer specific codes, don't look for phone apps and don't look for, as far as the scan gauge or anything else, to get manufacturer specific codes. Now this truck, I have been working on it. It doesn't have any codes. Just like what it said, there's no codes in it. So we don't have a problem there. But the main thing what we want to do with this now, we want to start looking at different stuff. We want to go and look and see what we can monitor with this. There's a few things we have to do. We want to download the Ford Powerstroke, which will give us a whole lot more stuff to look at, more than water temperature and oil temperature. So I'll go ahead and show that and show how we monitor stuff that's as far as like the FICM sync, the FICM voltage, VGT, just a whole bunch of different things, oil temp, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and show how to do that. We have it communicating with the vehicle. First thing we want to do, be an initial setup, depending on how you look at stuff. I'm over here in America where I don't use Celsius and different kilometers, so I'm going to go in and change that. So we're going to go in here into settings, and then from here we're going to touch units, and we'll set it up to whichever one we want. Whatever is green is highlighted, so we're going to go use miles. I don't want Celsius, I use Fahrenheit, and we use feet instead of meters. So anything we look at, kilograms instead of pounds. If I highlighted that, it would use kilograms, so I want pounds. Use per square inch, PSI. So I'm just going through looking at different things. Use newton meters instead of pounds, no. So we're using gallons instead of liters. This is for me. And also we'll put it on the 12-hour clock. So pretty much we have that set up. Let's go back to the start page, and now we can see where it's communicating with the vehicle. It is a hot day, so now I've got it at 102 degrees Fahrenheit to start off with. And this is August. The vehicle hasn't even been started yet today. So let's go ahead. Now we have this. Now we want to start being able to look at stuff. And also what I want to do is go in and add different stuff, because when it's set up like this, we need to add the Ford Enhanced package so we can start looking at FICM, voltage, and everything else. Because right now it'll just give us basic stuff where we have it, speed, revs. None of this stuff is really too important to us. So I'm going to go in and add the Ford Enhanced package, especially for the 6.0 or for the diesel. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, they actually make most of this pretty easy for us. As far as adding it, they have a package that has a lot of the extra PIDs already available. As far as PIDs, what I mean by PIDs is different stuff we can monitor. So we're going to go here to settings. So I touch the settings, and I touch settings again. Now we have it here. I want to go to where it says we're going to come up, scroll up, scroll down, have you look at it, but manage extra PIDs and sensors. So I'm going to touch that. And then being Android, this opens up extra things. So I'm going to do an add predefined set. So hopefully you got that. So we got the add predefined set, and we have the Ford including Powerstroke. So we'll go ahead and touch that. Now this gives us a whole bunch of other stuff that we can look at. As you can see, we can sit there and look at the trans temp right there. Even though they call it coolant temperature from TCM, that means trans control module. We have the FICM main power, FICM logic power, the FICM vehicle power, which is pretty much battery, fan speed, that helps out a lot to know if it's working, ICP, so we have the injection control pressure, fuel pump duty cycle, see what it is, oil temp, the trans fluid temp again, VGT duty cycle, fuel level, fuel desired, IPR. Pretty much everything we need is now included in this. Torque converter applied, intake air temperature 1 and 2, exhaust back pressure, battery voltage, so we can see what's going on, charging or whatever else. Trans gear, when you have no start, make sure it sees that it's in park. Accelerator pedal, all this stuff. Pretty much is everything that we need to do. So we're going to go ahead. There's all the different stuff that it has for Ford or for different stuff. So it's a pretty nice package here. Extra PIDs added. Just as soon as we went in and selected them, it automatically added them. Nothing special you have to do. Once you went in there and highlighted them, they're there. You know, I scrolled through them to see what was there, but they're already added to the app. So now what we want to do, what's nice about this, you can change your dial colors, sizes, shapes. You can change everything. What you want to look at. This app has so much endless stuff to it, it's unbelievable. But what I want to do, I just want to show some of the quicker stuff just to get it up and running. So we go to real-time information. So from here, what we'll do is we'll just touch an empty spot. So I touch an empty spot. I'm going to hit add display. And then now, depending on what we want, just to keep with the same theme to make it easy, I'm going to go with a, on this one, I'll probably go with a needle. Even though some things we don't want to do that. So I'll go with the needle, and then we just scroll through till we find. Let's see if we can add, as far as with the needle, we've got oil temp, we've got, let's add the coolant temp. So I'm going to scroll through alphabetically. Okay, here we have coolant temperature. That's as far as from the TCM. We don't want that one. They might have it listed under water temperature. Let me see, what do we got? Okay, they got it as engine coolant temperature. So I'm going to do with that because I'm setting a page. So now I have that. I'm going to set them all up as medium just to make them the same. Actually, I should have probably went small. And we could change that too. Here, let me go small, I'll show you. So now I'm looking at oil temp, coolant temp. But I'm going to change them. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller so we can get more on a page. So I go here to oil temp. I can sit here and do different stuff with it. I can either move it or I can change the size of it. I can do different things with it. So I'm going to go here with display configuration. Change size. I'm going to go down to small with it. So now I have small. I'll do the same thing here. Hold down on it and do the same thing. Display configuration. Change size. Small. And then it's still available so I can move it. Actually, I'm still on that one. Let's go here with this one. Tell it things. Whenever I do that, now I gotta go to move display. So now I have coolant temp, oil temp. We'll put them both right there. Let's add another one. Let's look at FICM main power. So I'm gonna go here as far as when I'm doing that, I actually want to see a digital display. So I'm going to go digital display on it, and let's scroll through alphabetically till I get to FICM main power. C, D, E, F. Yeah, it's required that you do say it out loud. So we have FICM main power. We're going to go with small, or I'm sorry, I hit medium. You go back to this. So I'm going to go to display configuration. I'm going to go to change size, small. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring again. Okay, here it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward how to add different ones, especially the ones that came in the package. If you wanted, as far as look at stuff, right there, if you do this, that's in your app. As soon as you download it, it starts telling you different things, what you can do and stuff. So if I'm not making sense to you, just go there and try it. But let's go ahead and add ICP voltage and ICP pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Same thing we're going to want, as far as we'll want a the voltage display. So I just added display for the voltage. So we'll go to ICP or injection. So let's scroll up. Okay, so we have injection control pressure. We have both different ones. Right now we'll just go with the pressure. We touch it, small again, we'll put it right there. Now we have it. So we'll go, I'm going to add another one. Let's add display. Let's add ICP voltage. So same thing here, we'll check it out. I'm going to touch the digital again, because that's the way I like to look at it. Scroll through until I get voltage. Okay, so we have the duty cycle. I thought I showed that they have it. If not, we're going to have to add it. Because what we need to do too, if they don't have it in the settings, we need to add ICP voltage. It's out there. I'll show you how to do that. And also FICM sync. FICM sync's not here either. So we go here, we go with, as far as FICM sync would be going through the alphabet again. It should be right here. We have FICM logic power, FICM main power, FICM vehicle power. Should pretty much be right here, but it's not. So I'll show you how to do that, because we need to look at ICP voltage, because again we need to see if voltage is real. If the voltage isn't there, the ICP is deferred, or it's not. It's what we're looking at is not the real stuff there. So I want to add ICP voltage and FICM sync. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do that. FICM sync, I'm just going to have my son do it, because he's a lot quicker at this, and he memorized them all by heart. So I'll go ahead and just have him enter it, and you can just follow along here. Or whenever you're in doubt, just go to Google and do it, and you can grab them. There's a lot of people out there that has them on there already for us. Settings again, and we're going to go to manage them, extra PIDs and sensors. Then we go back to the same page where we added them all, where we chose the forward enhanced up there. So here the same thing, but instead of saying add predefined, we're going to hit add custom PID. And then this one he's going to add FICM sync. So there's a few things that we have to do with it. You have to give it a long name, short name, some values, and the code. The thing he's going to do from here, he's got to add the code to it, then the name, and some values. So that's the code that he has for it. He'll go ahead and add that here for it on that top line. It's 2209 Charlie David, and then we put the name in there. We've got a long name and short name, both being the same. We'll call them both FICM sync. That way when we have it on the display on the short name, and we can see what it is, it's going to say FICM sync for us. And then maximum minimum value, because it's either 0 or 1, yes or no, but on this it says 0 or 1. So you got to put in 0.0, so that way it has a full value. And on this maximum value, you got to do 1.0. So now he has those on there. We'll keep on going down. Now the equation, again, that's a special code for it. That's where he has to add them. so that if you want to go in here, just need to scroll through the different things. Not sure what that's called, but you can see what it is there. And those have to be in capital letters. So you can see there what he's added. I'll put it on the screen here just in case, just to make sure. And pretty much that's what we have. So go ahead and hit OK. And we should have Pick'em Sync. To it and have Pick'em Sync to it. So we just go here, add display. We're going to go with that one. We can just go with a digital display. Sync. Small. So now we have Pick'em Sync. The other one that I want to add that's a custom one is ICP voltage. So let's go ahead and add that. Add the last one, ICP voltage. I put it inside the truck to get less glare, but let's go ahead and add the ICP voltage. Just go to settings, settings again. Same thing where you want to manage in extra PIDs and sensors, and you want to go up there to add it. So we want to add the custom PID, and now here's where we put in the values. This one's a little bit longer and harder. I'll put it up here on the big screen too, so you can see it and what to add. So we got the 2216 Alpha David. We'll put in the long and short name. Let's call it ICP voltage. And then for the one on display, you don't want to have that much trying to do it. Try to limit it, so we're going to have ICPV. Now we have ICP voltage. Now here we add the values. We got 0.0 because it's going to be between 1 and 5 volts. So we've got the 0.0, the next one's 5.0. And we'll scroll up and put in the different values here. Unit type, it's a voltage. In the equation, this one's a little tricky. I'll put it up here on the screen and show it here. You can see what you want to put on. Got to give kudos to the guy that can either develop this or figure it out. Because to me that does not spell ICP voltage. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter it or test it however you feel comfortable with it. We're looking at ICP voltage. Kid's got to say his alphabet just like me. As far as drivability issues, your engine and oil temp and coolant temps, that way you can see how different they are. Remember, you don't want to see over 15 degrees difference from these while you're driving down the road. If you see your oil temp get more than 15, then you have a problem, an issue with the oil cooler being plugged up. And then when you have no starts, we want to see what that's ICP pressure, even though they call it HPOP for high pressure oil pump pressure, but it's ICP pressure. The Pick'em main power, you don't want to see it drop below 45 with good voltage in. And remember also, you check your Pick'em when it's cold
and also at 2000 RPMs, that's when it's under the most stress. ICP voltage, we have to make sure it's reading volt, and that's usually what you see, about 1/4 of a volt. If the ICP is reading voltage, then we know what we see as far as ICP pressure is real. So, and also FICM sync, synchronization. FICM sync is when the computer knows the camshaft and crankshaft synchronization. It knows the position, like firing order number 1. It can turn the FICM on, start firing the injectors. So whenever you get a start, a no start, or whatever else, when you check it, we're going to have to see ICP pressure above 500, FICM power hopefully above 45. They will start in the 30s, but your best results are above 45. FICM sync 1 on this. It's either 0 for no sync or 1 for sync. ICP voltage, just make sure it's real. Key on, engine off. IPR should never hit 85 running. Cranking or whatever else, we might have issue. Well, you don't want to see it cranking on a no start, hit 85. This one I just changed oil, so it's probably going to hit it. And of course, battery voltage, we want to make sure we have good battery voltage in so we can rely on the other stuff. So go ahead and start this one. Yeah, it's there. This refresh rate is just slow.
I want to go over here in closing some of the things that I found out and learned as I'm going along and doing this. A few things you want to do is, 1, go into adaptive status, scroll through until you find faster communication. Make sure it's highlighted. As long as your phone and the connector that you have will support it, it'll be a lot faster. So that helps out. Also, what I did, searching on the web, I found a different one for FICM sync that seems to be a lot quicker. So rather than go back through the whole video, because it's all in there, sometimes people be looking at what I'm doing, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what we did here. We're just going to settings, settings again, then we go to the manage extra PIDs and sensors. On this one, I'm using my Galaxy tablet on this, that's why it looks different too. It's on the bottom instead of alphabetical order. So we go to FICM sync, go to edit, and then what I did was I went in and I changed it, instead of the A0 to A1, and I added the 7 Edward 0 and did that. So with that all in there, we hit OK, go back. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Go to real-time information. And here we have live data. So let's go ahead and start this truck up and see what happens. The truck has a long crank because I just worked on the injectors, so that's not normal to have that long of a crank, obviously, but we'll just ignore that. Mostly what I want to do here is show the different live data, how it responds much quicker. So here we have it. And you can see there with it set up properly, it does seem to be pretty good. So we'll go ahead and shut it off there. Turn the key back on so it gets input. We'll see it go down. But let's go ahead and go sync again. And as you can see, things are a lot quicker, faster, and like what we'd like to see. So hopefully this helps you out on setting it up, answers a few of the questions. If I helped you out in any way, please like and subscribe. Thank you.